Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this documentary, Breaking News Report, we want to show you the problem of corruption together with examples and consequences, but most importantly, what you can do about it. Corruption is everywhere, and today we will address the corruption in the construction industry. We, as citizens, are forced to face injustice every time, every day. Corruption can be seen from different perspectives. Most known is the abuse of the public power for private gain. And this is also happening if you look at the construction site cases. In general, the four factors that encourage corruption in the government sector are the excessive regulatory framework, the lack of planning, the lack of competition in the contracting process, and the scarce technology in the design stages. In a moment, we will address the following cases: the building collapse in Mexico City and the subway catastrophe. Just two examples of the many existing in Mexico. The thought of addressing these cases is to show how corruption works in the construction industry and what to pay attention to recognize corruption, but also to be able to act against it. Lastly, we will also talk about different consequences corruption has on different sectors. So, let's start with our first case.
Hi everyone. At first, declaring a structure safe when it's not, in order to obtain some black money, there have been numerous incidents in Mexico that indicate corruption in the building industry. Now, we are here to remember one of the most famous fatalities in Mexico related with the building industry, the junior high school Repson, where at least of 19 children died. The principal actors of this strategy are the construction regulation for the Mexico City and the owners of the school. Finally, the message of this is to create a sense of integrity in the companies and the people who are in it related with the buildings to avoid those people who break the rules and norms of the companies and have impunity. So we invite to the people who is related in this area to evaluate the buildings by multiple sources to prevent one person taking advantage. And with the help with the urban development and housing of Mexico City and students who are studying architecture, who are looking for activities during their social service, can register and find structures or projects which looks dangerous for the people who is using it.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Holguin, and thanks to my coworkers. Well, I will present the second case. Corruption in Mexico health sector is present in every aspect, from the construction of hospitals, large public works related to the health system, dividing a purchase of medicine, distribution, patient access of high-tech studies, and even the performance of procedures in the public health centers that are originally free of charge. In the words of Arturo Cervantes, anti-corruption trainer of the Alliance for Integrity, the public health system in Mexico is infested by acts of corruption, and focusing only on the purchase of buying the medicines and services will not solve this scourge, which, in addition, is affecting the treasures and affect the quality of life of millions of Mexicans. This phenomenon implies a loss of between of 20 and 40% of 560 million pesos. That also federal authorities insist that the centralized purchase sham stay integrating the base international practices with purchasing the agencies established in the public entity. We have to work hand in with international agencies of the United Nations and other groups such Transparency International that have a lot of experience in programs to combat corruption. You have to sit at the table so that they can help you design the programs, and this is not what I am seeing. This explained this, the specialist Cervantes pointed out. In the problem of corruption in the health sector is not addressed, inequality among Mexicans will not be solved. Thank you.
Thanks for the reports, everyone. In the two cases we saw today, we can see a clear case of corruption. In the case of the Enrique Repsamen School, government corruption stands out. Looking at it from an economic point of view, it was a total benefit for the school director because although she knew that her facilities were not adequate, she was not going to close her business, right? In the legal perspective, non-compliance with the permits and the violations of laws regarding civil protection were quite evident. In the second case of the health sector, it is also an economic issue. However, here more population may be affected. So after today's news, I want to ask you, the person who is watching us today, are you going to be part of this corruption mafia? The change starts by us. Don't offer bribes to cops. Don't agree to fix yourself in different way. Follow the law. The fast way is not always the right one.